My child, I need you to stop everything you are doing and listen to me very closely right now. Do not let your attention wander, and do not scroll past this moment. You might think you clicked on this by accident, or that the algorithm just randomly brought you here, but I want you to know that there are no accidents in the realm of the Spirit. You are hearing this voice because heaven has tapped you on the shoulder. There is an urgent message that needs to reach your heart before the sun rises tomorrow. Something is shifting in the atmosphere around your life, and specifically around your home. Have you felt it? Be honest with yourself. All day long there has been a strange thickness in the air around you. Maybe you woke up with a heavy chest, or maybe you found yourself sighing for no reason while you were going about your work. You might have brushed it off as just being tired or stressed, but deep down your spirit was trying to tell you something. Your soul was picking up on a signal that your mind couldn't explain yet. That feeling wasn't just anxiety, it was an alarm system. It was a warning that something heavy, something unseen, is moving toward the person you love the most. I am not here to bring fear into your heart. I am here to wake you up so you can stand guard. The story that is unfolding right now in the next few hours is connected to the one person whose heartbeat matters to you more than your own. We are not talking about a stranger. We are not talking about a distant relative or a neighbor. We are talking about your son. The Lord is revealing that right now his life is hanging on a very thin thread, a thread that is being pulled by invisible hands, a thread that someone is desperately trying to cut. I want you to close your eyes for a second and picture him. See his face. Right now, as you are listening to this, your son is going about his day completely unaware that the ground beneath him is being targeted. He is living his life like everything is normal. Maybe he is sitting in his room scrolling through his phone, laughing at a video or texting a friend. Maybe he is in the kitchen getting a glass of water, or perhaps he is getting ready to go out, tying his shoelaces and checking his hair in the mirror. He looks so peaceful, doesn't he? He looks innocent. He thinks the world is safe. He believes that the people around him are trustworthy. He has his guard down because he is in his comfort zone. But he does not see what I see. He does not know that while he is smiling, a storm has gathered quietly in the corner of his life. He doesn't know that the next few hours were marked on a calendar of darkness to take him out. This isn't happening next month or next year. The enemy intended for this shift to happen tonight. The hardest part of this truth, and the part that will shake you the most, is where the danger is coming from. If this were an enemy from the outside, you would have seen it coming. If it were a stranger, you would have been prepared. But the danger is not standing outside the gate. The danger has been invited inside. The betrayal is coming from someone close. It is coming from someone who has access to his life, someone who knows his routine, and heartbreakingly, someone he trusts. Why would someone do this? Why would a person who has broken bread with him or smiled in his face want to bring him harm? You must understand that it didn't start with hate. It started with jealousy. It started with a quiet, burning envy that has been growing in the shadows for years. They see something in your son that perhaps even you haven't fully realized yet. They see a light in him. They see a future that is bright, a destiny that is heavy with blessing, and they hate him for it. While your son was growing, they were watching. While he was succeeding, they were plotting. They smiled when he walked into the room, but their hearts turned cold the moment he turned his back. They have hugged him while hiding a knife in their spirit. They have spoken words of encouragement to his face while speaking words of destruction behind closed doors. And tonight, they made a choice. They decided that his light was shining too brightly, and they prepared a trap to extinguish it. Imagine your son right now, standing in a room that feels safe. The lighting is soft. The house is quiet. He is thinking about small things, what he's going to eat, where he's going to go tomorrow. He is completely blind to the eyes that are watching him. He doesn't feel the malice directed at him, but there is a trap set. It might be a physical trap, or it might be a situation they are luring him into, a setup designed to ruin his reputation, his freedom, or his life. They are counting on his innocence. They are counting on the fact that he has a good heart and trusts easily. They are waiting for him to make one small mistake, one wrong turn, one moment of weakness. They think they have planned the perfect crime because they have disguised it as love. They think no one sees them. They think they are hidden in the dark. But they forgot one thing. They forgot that you are his parent, and they forgot that God does not sleep. We need to break this agreement of silence right now. If you are a parent who senses this battle, if you are a mother or father who refuses to let a hidden enemy touch your child, I need you to make a declaration. Do not just listen to this passively. The enemy hates it when you speak up. I want you to go to the comments section right now and write, "I cover my son with divine protection." By writing this, you are sending a signal into the spiritual realm that you are awake, that you are watching, and that you are not going to let this happen. As you write that comment, imagine you are placing a shield in front of him. You are standing between him and the betrayal. The plan was for him to fall tonight, for him to be silenced, for his future to be stolen by those he trusted. But because you are hearing this, the timeline is being interrupted. The enemy wanted you asleep, but you are awake. The enemy wanted him alone, but he is not alone. The person planning this thinks they have won. They are checking the time, waiting for the news, waiting for the fall. They are rehearsing the fake tears they will cry when they hear that he is hurt. They are preparing the lies they will tell to cover their tracks. But they do not know that the spotlight of heaven is about to be turned on them. They do not know that what is done in the dark is about to be brought into the blinding light. Stay with me, because we are going to walk through exactly how this rescue is going to happen. We are going to see how the trap they set for him is going to snap back on them. But first, you must settle your spirit. Do not panic. Panic is the enemy's tool. Peace is God's weapon. Your son is walking through the valley of the shadow of death, but he will not set up camp there. He is passing through. The atmosphere is heavy, yes, but the power protecting him is heavier. The betrayal is deep, but the love covering him is deeper. We are standing at the edge of a cliff, but he is not going to fall. I need you to hold on to your faith tighter than you ever have before. The next few hours are critical, and your prayers are the fuel that will turn this situation around. Let's move deeper into what is happening right now in the unseen world. But listen to me, and listen well. The story is not ending the way they wrote it. They thought they held the pen, but they forgot who holds the paper. While they were whispering in the dark, heaven was listening. While they were mixing their plans and preparing to end his chapter, I began preparing the rescue mission. They saw a victim, I saw a survivor, they saw an end, I saw a testimony in the making. I want to take you deeper into this moment. I want you to see what is happening in the spirit realm right now. Picture your son standing by a window. The sun is starting to set, painting the sky outside in shades of deep orange and purple. Outside, the world seems normal. Maybe there are kids playing down the street, or a car driving by slowly. Everything looks peaceful to the naked eye, but inside his body and spirit, the battle has begun. He takes a deep breath, unaware that his breaths are being counted by those who wish him harm. Suddenly he touches his chest. He feels something strange, a heaviness he can't explain, a sudden wave of dizziness or exhaustion. He tries to brush it off. He shakes his head, thinking, "I'm just tired. I just need some water. I need to sit down." He thinks it is physical, but you and I know it is the manifestation of the trap that was set for him. The choice made by the betrayer, that person he trusted, is already working through his system, trying to pull him down. But right at this critical second, While the enemy thinks they have won, something else is happening that they did not calculate. They didn't plan for the variable of God. Down the street, or perhaps right next door, there is a neighbor. This is someone who usually keeps to themselves, someone who maybe never talks much or gets involved in other people's business. But suddenly, a strange sensation hits them. It's a push in their spirit, a nudge they cannot ignore, a whisper in their ear that says, "Go check on him." They try to ignore it at first, but the feeling grows stronger. It is an urgency that makes their heart race. They don't know why, but they find themselves walking toward your son's door. They raise their hand and knock. That sound, that simple knock on the door, is the sound of heaven stepping into the timeline. It is the sound of a rescue that arrived exactly on time. Your son hears the knock. He stumbles toward the door, trying to act normal, trying to compose himself. He opens it, forcing a smile, but the neighbor sees right through it. They see the pale color of his face. They see the shaking of his hands. They see the confusion swimming in his eyes. And without a second thought, without asking for permission, they call for help. That one act, that one phone call, is the first crack in the betrayer's perfect plan.
Now, shift your focus for a moment. I want you to see where the betrayers are.
While help is rushing toward your son with sirens wailing, the ones who created this trap are sitting somewhere else. They are calm. They are checking the time on their phones, waiting for the news of his fall. They think everything is going perfectly. They are rehearsing what they will say when people ask what happened. They are preparing their fake grief, practicing their sad faces, getting ready to play the role of the mourning relative or the shocked friend. They are so arrogant. They believe no one will ever suspect them. They believe their secret is locked away in a box that no one can open. But their confidence is a lie wrapped around fear, because even now, while they sit there smiling, the ground beneath them is starting to shake. Their secret is starting to slip through their fingers like sand. Maybe it's a comment they made 3 days ago that someone suddenly remembers. Maybe it's a text message they thought they'd delete. Ted that is recovered. Maybe a security camera across the street caught a glimpse of something they thought was hidden in the dark. Truth has a way of rising to the surface. You cannot bury a seed and expect it not to grow. You cannot bury the truth and expect it not to come out. I need every parent reading this to take a stand right now. The enemy relies on your silence, but your voice breaks his power. I want you to scroll down to the comments and declare, "My family is hidden in God." When you type that, you are agreeing with the rescue mission. You are agreeing that the eyes of the neighbor were opened by God. You are agreeing that help is on the way. Now, picture the scene that follows. Your son is in the back of an ambulance. The lights are flashing red and blue against the night sky, and the siren is screaming. To the world, this looks like a tragedy, but to the spirit, this is a victory march. The paramedics are working fast, their voices loud and focused. Your son is struggling to keep his eyes open. His breathing is slow, but, hear me clearly, he is alive. He is alive because heaven stepped in. He is alive because I refused to let the enemy take him before his time. And as he lies there, hovering between sleep and waking, something miraculous happens. He doesn't understand everything going on around him. He feels weak, yes. He feels confused, yes. But underneath the pain, he feels a strange, soft warmth wrapping around him like a blanket. It isn't just the warmth of a blanket. It is the presence of the divine. It is my hand holding his spirit steady when his body wants to give up. I am whispering to his heart in the chaos, "You will live. You will rise. This is not your end." While he is being stabilized, the world of the betrayer is beginning to collapse. They start to feel a shift. Their hands start to sweat. Someone asks them a question they didn't prepare an answer for. A doctor mentions a detail that doesn't add up. A neighbor says, "I saw something strange earlier." The pressure is building. The finger of justice is slowly turning toward the one who planned this. This is not just about saving your son's life. It is about exposing the darkness. The trap they set is about to snap back on their own feet. Stay with me, because we are about to see how this restoration unfolds and how your son comes out of this stronger than before. It won't be long now before the truth spills out completely. This is not happening because I want revenge, and it is not happening because you are seeking to hurt anyone. This is happening because justice is a part of God's hand, and justice demands that hidden things be revealed. The choices that the betrayer made in the dark are going to return to them like a boomerang. The darkness they tried to use as a cover will become the very spotlight that exposes them. They will have to face the reality of what they tried to hide. But I want you to shift your perspective for a moment. This story is not ultimately about their punishment. It is about your son's redemption. Your son was moments away from a tragedy that could have ended his journey, but I pulled him back from the edge. I didn't save him because he was strong enough on his own, or because the world was kind enough to spare him. I saved him because I am not done with him. His purpose is still breathing inside his chest. His calling is still burning in his spirit. His future is still waiting for him to arrive. No one, not even family members soaked in jealousy, has the power to steal a life that I have decided to protect. Now, I want you to look into your own heart for a moment. You understand this pain, don't you? You have been betrayed before. You have trusted people who turned against you, and you have given pure love to those who gave you back nothing but pain. You have walked with people who smiled at your face while they were breaking you on the inside. You thought no one saw those tears you cried in secret, but I saw every single one. I saw the moments you held yourself together when your entire world was falling apart. But look at you now. You are still here. You survived the very things that were meant to crush you. The enemy planned for you to lose, but I turned those losses into lessons. They tried to silence your voice, but I used that pain to strengthen you. That is exactly what I am doing for your son right now. I am turning this darkness into his deliverance. I am turning this act of betrayal into his breakthrough. What was meant to kill his spirit is going to be the very thing that opens his eyes and changes his life forever. The clock is still moving, but it is no longer counting down to death. It is counting down to exposure, to justice, and to a miracle. You might think this message found you by chance, but it found you because heaven needed you to know what is happening behind the scenes. Your son is not dying, he is being rescued. The truth that has been hidden in your home is about to be revealed. Stay alert, stay awake, and stay strong. My child, listen carefully, because heaven is not finished speaking yet. The weight of what is unfolding around your son in these next few moments requires your full spiritual attention. The enemy planned to write the final line of your son's story tonight, but God is rewriting the chapter, even as you breathe. The Lord says that the darkness that gathered around him earlier was not random. It was not just bad luck. It was a targeted spiritual strike meant to seal an unhappy ending. But heaven has broken that seal. Now, a new seal is being placed upon his life, a seal that darkness cannot duplicate or fake. It is the seal of divine owner. Ship. It is the mark that declares to every demon and every hater, this one belongs to God. Your son is now entering a silent battlefield. This is a place where the enemy fights without making noise and without leaving visible marks. But God is stepping into that battlefield with a sword that cannot be seen by human eyes and a shield that cannot be carried by human hands. Tonight, the invisible world will know you prayed. Because you prayed, the assignment has been reversed. The enemy tried to suffocate your son's destiny by placing a strange heaviness on him. Did you notice it? It was a heaviness that made him feel tired without a reason, distracted without explanation, and confused without warning. But the Lord says that heaviness is breaking right now. It is cracking off of him like old stone. It is falling off him piece by piece. Even though he may not understand why his mind suddenly becomes clearer, why his chest feels lighter, or why his breathing feels easier, it is because heaven is lifting the weight that hell placed on him. While the enemy wanted to take his life within hours, heaven is extending his life for years. What was planned as an ending has been turned into a beginning. I want you to pay close attention in the Spirit, because something rare is happening. This is something that only takes place when God rewrites a death assignment. Right now, angels are taking their positions. The Lord shows me that an angel is standing on your son's left, and another is standing on his right. A third angel stands behind him, guarding his back. These are not ordinary angels, these are watchers. These are protectors assigned for moments when death tries to cross the border of destiny. Your son is being shielded by a presence he cannot see, but he will feel it. He might pause tonight and not understand why his spirit feels watched, but tell your heart not to fear. It is not danger watching him. It is protection. There is a reason you felt that sudden urgency in your heart earlier. There is a reason your spirit felt a sharp pull and a sense that something was wrong before you had words for it. Your spirit picked up the vibration of the enemy's movement. You sounded the alarm in the spirit realm. God says that because you responded to that alarm instead of ignoring it, the story has changed. The outcome has changed. The timeline has changed. The next few hours, which were once marked by danger, are now marked by deliverance. Your son was walking into a place that was meant to be a trap. A wrong decision or a quick reaction could have destroyed his future. But God says, I am freezing the trap. I am weakening the snare. Even though your son may walk near danger, danger will not touch him. It will not see him. Heaven has made him invisible to the plans of the enemy. This is the reversal of a death sentence. When heaven reverses a sentence like this, everything around the person begins to shift. Even small things carry spiritual weight. Conversations he has tonight will carry hidden protection. Delays that frustrate him will actually be shields in disguise. God is rearranging movements, timing, and footpaths to keep him alive. I want you to seal this protection right now. Don't let this moment pass without active faith. Go to the comments and simply write, I receive this new beginning. By doing this, you are telling the enemy that you know his plan failed. You are agreeing with the angels standing guard. The trap is frozen, the heaviness is gone, and your son is breathing the air of a second chance. We are moving toward the final seal of this victory, where the restoration of his mind and soul begins. My child, he will not understand why he left a place a little slower than usual today. He won't understand why he forgot something and had to turn back, or why he suddenly decided to take a different route home. But God says every single pause is protection. Every delay that frustrates him is actually deliverance working in his favor. Every reroute is heaven's intervention to ensure he does not cross paths with the destruction that was planned for him. My child, hear me clearly. The night is not done shifting yet. The spiritual world is still adjusting to the command heaven released on your son's behalf. Darkness is retreating, but it is not retreating quietly. It is retreating with frustration. It is retreating with anger because it knows it has lost. It is retreating with the sound of wicked plans collapsing into dust. But the Lord says, do not fear this movement. Do not fear the noise you might sense in the unseen realm. It is not your son that is shaking. It is the enemy's plan that is shaking. The foundation of the trap is crumbling, while the foundation of your son's life is being reinforced by the hands of God. God is doing a deep work right now. He is touching your son's memory. He is touching his emotions. He is placing his hand on the places inside him where fear once lived, where confusion tried to sit, and where hopelessness once whispered lies to him. The Lord says, I am cleansing those places. I am washing them with my presence. I am filling them with peace. Even though he may not know that heaven is touching him at this very second, he will feel different. He will breathe differently. He will think differently. Tonight marks the beginning of a mental shift he cannot explain yet, but he will soon understand that he has been given a new mind. Your son was supposed to be a casualty of this spiritual war tonight, but now he will be a victor. He will live. He will rise. He will stand. The very place the enemy wanted to bury him will become the place where God restores him. It will become the garden where his purpose blooms. The Lord is realigning him with a destiny that is greater than the pain he has faced. The path your son is walking on is being cleared ahead of him in real time, step by step, breath by breath. Even though he thinks he is simply moving through an ordinary night, heaven is escorting him. Heaven is arranging invisible barriers between him and every hidden danger. The Lord reveals that there were 3 specific places, 3 specific doors he was supposed to cross tonight. Each one of those thresholds would have placed him within the enemy's reach. But heaven has shut those doors with a force that the enemy cannot reopen. God has slowed him down so that he does not arrive at the wrong place at the wrong second. The enemy's plan was timed and calculated to a specific window, but heaven stepped into that window and shattered the alignment. You must understand the depth of this attack to understand the magnitude of this victory. The enemy was not just after his body, the enemy was after his future. Hell was targeting the influence he will carry, the doors he will open for others, and the freedom he will walk in. Hell pushed so hard because it saw the rise of your son before you did. It saw the glow of his destiny and tried to silence it before it could speak. But that attempt has failed. Your prayers collided with the enemy's plan like a strike of lightning. Now, listen closely, because this is where you seal the breakthrough. The next words you speak over your son will carry unusual power. The prayers you whisper tonight will land on him with force. Your blessing will become a spiritual shield wrapped around his mind and his steps. I want you to speak life, speak peace, speak clarity. Your voice is the weapon heaven is using to rebuild his foundation. I invite you to leave one final comment to lock this truth in. Go to the comments section and write, I speak life and destiny over my son. When you write this, you are using your authority as a parent to close the door on the enemy forever. You are declaring that the story of death is cancelled and the story of life has begun. God says, do not doubt what I have done. Do not fear the echoes of the threat that once loomed over him. The danger is gone. The shadow is gone. The grip of the enemy is broken. The hour that was meant to end him has passed harmlessly by because heaven stepped into time and pushed death away. This night will be remembered in heaven as the night your son survived a story he never knew was written against him. God is not only saving him, he is restoring him. He is restoring his strength, his joy, and his focus. He is restoring the inner part of him that quietly cracked under the pressure of life. In the coming days, he will walk differently. He will speak differently. Heaven has breathed on him. The Lord says, you must now close this night with peace. Peace is the final seal. Not fear, not worry, but peace. When peace settles in your heart, you know that heaven has finished its work around him. There is no death near him. There is no danger lingering. The assignment has been cancelled, erased, and destroyed at its root. Your son is safe. Your son is covered. Your son is rising into a future the enemy cannot steal. This is the final word for tonight. Now rest, my friend. Heaven is still awake watching over your son so you can sleep in peace.